Hi there, I'm KS Moore. Welcome to the first book review to feature on my YouTube channel. And it's a stunning book that I'll be reviewing today by Orla Fay, very well-known poet, Irish poet. Her work has appeared in numerous journals and she has won or been shortlisted for many prizes. And she also has a full collection coming out with salmon poetry in 2023. So I'm going to be reading some of my favourite poems from the book, talking about themes and generally offering my thoughts. Today I'm presenting this beautiful chapbook by Orla Fay. It's called Drawn to the Light. And I was totally honoured to be asked to contribute a blurb for the back cover, which you can see there. I said, "These poems are lit from within as well as by the sun they turn to. They burst into bloom with trembling petals that invite our close inspection. Here is life lived through all the senses. Here is a spiritual connection to nature, an openness to other worlds and to rebirth." And there are blurbs here from Jean O'Brien and Evan Costigan as well. So I'm in great company. I've got to know Orla over the last year or so. I've been to some of the events that she's helped to organise in Trim, and I featured in Boyne Barry's, which she edited for a long time. I've also got to know Orla's work, and it's always exceptional. So I was really excited when I heard that this chapbook was going to be out in the world, and very much looking forward to reading it. So I'm going to read a few of my favourite poems from the book and give some commentary as well. And when I think about this book, I think of fluttering wings, but also of a flower turning to the light. It's a book that holds so much positivity, and that overarching theme of the light is ever present. So it opens with a haiku and a first glimpse of that light that streams throughout the whole collection. Through winter cloud, dim sunlight, the bulb underground. And this poem, The Natural Order, I think really affirms Orla's deep connection with the natural world. Here there is joy and care for nature, but also recognition of its ruthlessness. The natural order. I start the year with care for what is small. The black beetle caught in the threads of my glove, warrior having survived the night. Experience the trauma in freeing him or her or it. 10 minutes or more spent in surgery, and I never want to be a spider. I suppose that yes, there must be death, that this is the universal law. Best make my peace with it now. Yet I balked in finding fledglings on the roadside, their tiny, almost weightless bodies, just not managing to fly. How I lament those who are this sacrifice, the could-have-beens. I ushered too to a leafy grass and hedgerow pyre, that when the sun sets or rises the next day, the cleansing by fire, the ashes to ashes, dust to dust, the earth giveth and taketh away, realize that the great bounty of spring must have its casualties. The murder of crows know this, feeding on the freshly ploughed fields. See that the land is life to their skies, as do the worms, soil eaters and keepers know that the mother provides mealy moments of subterranean artistry before the farmer's hand. And the next poem I'd like to read follows that one in the book. It's called Pluto's Hidden Stars. And it's a first glimpse of that flower imagery, which I feel is so important to the collection and so striking. A scattering of daffodil heads is a line from the poem, but I won't say too much more. I'll just go straight into reading it. Pluto's Hidden Stars. All is silent in the countryside, in anticipation, where a watching child holds her breath. Alone in the frosted night, Pluto's mindset is fogged and closing. Between the villages, cars travel, their headlights surge through thick air. Wipers swish moisture. Behind trees there is a bogeyman. Dogs bark. Pluto has taken all the stars and hidden the moon in the loneliness of falling to sleep. In the morning ridden away, a cold dawn wakes. In his trail a scattering of daffodil heads, unfound hidden stars. And in the next poem, I'm not going to read it now, but just to reference a line here which really caught my attention about the tombstones. Bright, clean tombstones is the description. And I think it's another theme in this collection of there being life after death and something illuminating as well about passing from life into death, and that it's not all darkness. So even these tombstones have something very bright about them. And with the flower imagery again, sometimes the flowers are blooming, sometimes they're fallen, perhaps to remind us that there is beauty in all stages of life. And there's not that sense of finality in death. I'd like to read this poem which really spoke to me. On page 20, Lines Written to Sea in January Snow. It snows more heavily than I can ever remember. Dreaming I'm skating across frozen lakes of ice to you. Our breaths are warm in the chill. I put a gloved hand in yours, and with an arm around your waist, I dance you away. The metal of your blade leaves a cut trail. We are admiring the cosmos. I think you are so wonderful that you are dressed in starlight. I wonder what kind of light is starlight exactly. The whole night is a journey through time, and I know very soon we will run out of lake to skate. Still I feel hand and waist. Soon nocturne will fade, and we will too. I see you are forlorn. You have to return to the dark forest where the Lord has passed. You must bury the king and set him free. You give me yellow roses, the dappled colour of your cloak. They are crystal you found in the cold and painted. I make you promise to return in spring. I will give you daffodils then. I tell you summer will come, time and seasons pass, even deep winters of the heart. You become a spectre of yourself, and then you are gone. It is January, and it is snowing more heavily than I can ever remember. I think the idea behind that poem, for me anyway, is making the most of the time we have with people who are special to us. And there's also a sense of being open to all sensations and emotions, keeping memories close, also accepting that loss is a part of life. And there are so many wonderful poems in this book. I absolutely recommend reading it, and particularly in the times that we found ourselves in with the pandemic. I found it a joyous read and so uplifting. So congratulations to Orla on this gorgeous book. And it's available to order on Amazon, or you can approach Orla on Twitter or Facebook, and I'll put those details in the description. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Do check out all the extra information in the description as well. There will be social media handles for Orla, a link to her book and to her blog, and I'll also add some information for myself, some social media handles and a link to my blog. Hopefully there'll be more book reviews coming up soon. I also do poetry readings, and I'm developing some other content as well as we speak, so lots to look forward to. Thank you for supporting, thank you for watching. Take care.